Hello, everyone. Welcome to Moe'S CD Culture Show and Tell. And on this episode, we're going to get into one of the big four. In the 80s and like the late 80s and early 90s, you could say I was a big metalhead. I was a headbanger, you know. I tried to grow the long hair, but I didn't get too long. But I tried, but it never looked good on me. I still kind of preferred going with the short hair look and apparently nowadays no hair look. But I was a big metalhead, and it all kind of started with Metallica, of course, you know. But I'm choosing to start with this band today yeah, because I have some pretty special CDs in for this collection. And I'm going to be covering mostly my favorite era. Again, I don't have the entire collection of the artists. Doesn't mean that I don't want it. Doesn't mean that I don't like them. And yeah, I'll eventually get them for sure. But let's just start. We're going to start with this cool little dual collection of Fistful of Metal and Armed and Dangerous, both in one package on one disc. So that's pretty cool. So it all starts with Death Rider, Metal Thrashing Mad, I'm 18, Panic, Subjugator, Soldiers of Metal, Death from Above, an actual song called Anthrax. They have a song called after themselves. Now, as far as I know, Metallica, Megadeth, and Slayer don't have a song that's named after their band name. Iron Maiden does, but Anthrax does, but I don't think Metallica, Megadeth, or Slayer has that. And also, I'm 18 is a cover of a of Alice Cooper track. So yeah, I'm 18. That's Alice Cooper. But yeah, as to continue, they have Across the River and Howling Furies, and such a great little album. That's just a fistful of metal part. But then you get Armed and Dangerous, which has that track Armed and Dangerous, and then one of my personal favorites, Raise Hell. I really love that stuff. Then you got God Save the Queen. It says non LP. So I don't think it was even on the LP. It's something just for the CD as far as I know. And I never had heard them do God Save the Queen before until I heard this. When I saw that it was on there, it's like, whoa. But then it has Metal Thrashing Mad live, Panic live, Soldiers of Metal, I think it's Rare, and then Howling Furies, Rare, like a rare recording of Soldiers of Metal and Howling Furies, which, as you know, are on Fistful of Metal, of course. But this is a great collection to have, having like the early stuff of Anthrax on one CD. Love it. But now we're gonna get to. I bought this because this really represents the era of my favorite era of Anthrax. It starts with the first album that I had discovered them with, and of course is with Madhouse. The video for Madhouse that was the very first thing I discovered. But I got this Aftershock, Anthrax, the Island Years, from 1985 to 1990, which of course is the era. That was my you know, just before high school and my high school days, my headbanger days, where I'm wearing the patches on the jean jacket or a leather jacket, tight black jeans, certain types of shoes, you know. You, yeah, you want it to fit into that because you wore it because you loved the music. It wasn't because you were trying to fit into a certain type of group. It just happens to be what everybody wanted to wear. People want to wear what the bands were wearing, and that's when the whole being a headbanger, and that's what people started calling us. So we kind of took it as a badge of honor. But this has four of the classic albums, starting with Spreading the Disease, Among the Living, State of Euphoria, and Persistence of Time. And with Spreading the Disease, it all starts off with AIR and Lone Justice. And then, of course, the video for Madhouse. But AIR and Lone Justice happens to be two of my favorite Joey Belladonna songs because that's where I nicknamed him. I started nicknaming him Iron Lung Joey because the hit those. I just love the way he sings, especially like if it like I tried singing a long time ago, and in order for me to really open up my vocal cords, I would try to start off with AIR and Lone Justice, because after you sing those, you can pretty much sing anything after that because it opens up everything. It opens up the passageways. It's all about the breath. It's not so much about what you're doing in the throat part. It's all about taking those nice breaths and just letting them out. Oh, I love those songs. But then you get, what is that? SSC, Stand or Fail. Yep, SSC, Stand or Fail. The Enemy. Aftershock, which is awesome. Armed and Dangerous. It's the same song as I showed in the previous CD. Then you get Medusa and Gung Ho. That's pretty great. And of course, before buying this, I already had the CD for it because I had to have it. So it's all those same songs, AIR, Lone Justice, Madhouse. Well, I just went through the list already, so you can see them right there. Then it has the lengths of the songs and everything. But yeah. And I mainly have this still because it's a CD. I don't really have anybody to give it to exactly, and it has liner notes that I don't have in that. I mean, this the only value of keeping this is because of the inner sleeve liner notes, which I'm going to open because to show you the glory of what's inside. It has it has a really cool picture of Anthrax and gangs, of other bands and stuff, and that's Anthrax kind of in the middle center bottom part of it. And then, as you see, it has all the lyrics. It shows the band members and that. I mean, this is the beauty of having CDs. I think just being able to have this and holding it and to look at it at your leisure. There's some pleasure in nostalgia. But to continue, then you get Among the Living, which, as you can see, this copy of Among the Living has all that bonus stuff. Whereas this copy of Among the Living, of course, again, I have to have the normal copy because it has all the cool tracks of Among the Living, Cotton and Mosh, I Am the Law, Ethel Nickel Festin in A Nice Effin' Life, A Skeleton in the Closet, Indians, One World, ADI, Horror of It All, and Imitation of Life. And this, by the time this came out, I was already a big time Anthrax fan. 1985, the same year that Back to the Future came out, that's when you started discover. That's when I discovered all these heavy metal bands. That's when I first heard Master of Puppets, and from there on, it just kind of spiraled out into some awesomeness. But yeah, this is, and each album is just kind of getting a little bit better, But to continue, it has bonus tracks. As you can see, it has bonus tracks. And yeah, I'm going to get my trusty magnifying glass and kind of read that to you. So it has a bonus tracks of Indians, alternate lead, and One World, alternate take, Imitation of Life, an alternate take, a song called Bud E. Love Bomb, and Satan's Lounge Band. It's interesting. I kind of think it's cool. I Am the Law, live in Dallas, and I Am the Man, instrumental. Yeah, this is pretty cool to have. I love that. But then and unfortunately, I don't have I don't have these two here. The last two, State of Euphoria and Persistence of Time, in the other classic CD form. I do have those two first ones, but not the other ones. But this is a great package to have because not only do I have the album, which starts off with Be All End All, Out of Sight, Out of Mind, Make Me Laugh, Antisocial, Who Cares Wins, Now It's Dark, Schisms, Misery Loves Company, and if anybody doesn't know, Misery Loves Company is a song that they kind of write about Stephen King's Misery, that great book and movie. And then 13 and Finale. And that's the album. But then it had some bonus in the tracks. And just having Friggin' in the Riggin'. Friggin' in the Riggin'. Then you get a Antisocial live. Antisocial, a French version of Antisocial. It's awesome. Then you got Parasite. Then you got Sex. And then you got Pipeline. Excellent, excellent, excellent have. If you have Attack of the Killer Bees, which unfortunately I don't have and I wish I did, you'll get some of those tracks. But then I also got Persistence of Time, which is probably, I don't know, I would have to say that is my favorite Anthrax album of all time. I really love Persistence of Time. I mean, it's followed by a close second with State of Euphoria, which is why I needed to buy this. I mean, I already had the first two albums, right? But I didn't have these, and I'm like, and then when I saw this box set, and I seen all those bonus tracks on the bottom there, like bonus tracks. Like I had to buy it. I mean, it starts off with Time, then Blood, Keep It in the Family, In My World, Gridlock, and then probably some of the best right here is Intro into Reality and Belly of the Beast, and then a Joe Jackson song, a cover of Got the Time. I think it's Joe Jackson. I should have looked that up. It's just off the top of my head. That's the first name that came to me, so it's probably right, but I'm not 100% on that. So don't quote me on that, but I think it's Joe Jackson. But then you got Hate Red, which is H8 Red, One Man Stands, and Discarriage, that's the album. But then you get the bonus tracks. You got a Japanese bonus track of Protest and Survive. Then the B sides of Got the Time is called Who Put This Together. And then you get a live B side of Got the Time, and it's the I'm the Man live, See if you can see that right there at the end. My pinky's in the way, and then right there. See that? Cool. Isn't that a cool technique, using the magnifying glass so you guys can see it too? Yeah. This is a pretty cool little package, A little bit there's a little booklet inside, but as you see, it's all, like, each album is kind of separate. I got the booklet right here. You got the first two, and then you got the other two. But then you got the booklet that has the band right there, and then it goes into each of the albums there, and some of the concept arts. So yeah, it's a nice little packaging to have. But now, not to finish there. I mean, this was. I mean, not like everything that came after that was bad either. It's just this was the golden age of Anthrax in my opinion. Everything you just saw me present, that is the golden age of Anthrax. But let's fast forward now to the future a little bit, into right up to 2016, and talk about this album, because I had to get that when I saw it. For All Kings, just the packaging alone was got me buying it. And then of course, because when you're looking back and you see Joey Belladonna there, it's like, okay, you gotta get that. They're like right in the middle. There's Joey. So it's like, okay, Joey is singing with the band, and I actually really do like this. I think they're not quite back to the old form. Joey's not hitting those AIR or Lone Justice type of notes. I don't think he'll ever be able to sing like that again. He perfected. That's his. For me, that's the height of his voice right there. Was those two songs. But not to take from away from this, it starts with "You Gotta Believe," "Monster" at the end, the title track of "For All Kings," "Breathing Lightning," Suzerain, Suze Rain, "Evil Twin," "Blood Eagle Wings," "Defend Avenge," "All of Them Thieves," "This Battle Chose Us," and "Zero Tolerance." And if you can kind of see how cleverly that's written there, "You Gotta Believe," "Monster," you can see that there. That's pretty clear. But see that Sezerain, so Suzerain. So you tell me how that pronounced that. I'm not quite sure, but it's a great album. I still like it. I still love I love the cover art too. How that looks, with the black and towards the center there. It's pretty cool. Yeah, I do like that. So just like that, and then For All Kings. Yeah. So yeah, that was a good era for me. Like so many memories of listening to these CDs growing up, and especially all that bonus stuff. Because I remember, because we had we knew people with records and that, and they would have that cool special B side that has friggin' and the riggin' on it, and hearing that only on record, and being able to hear it when I heard that for the first time on this again, not on a record form, like most of those bonus tracks, not hearing them in bonus, like not hearing them on a record, but hearing them in clear CD form, is just renewed all my love for them again. So that's it for me on this episode. So everybody, be safe, take care, have a good day, evening, night, wherever you may be, and I will see you on the flip side. Have a good one.